So Boris Johnson has resigned, and if you haven't read his resignation letter, it goes a little bit something like this. It's not my fault. I never did anything wrong. He blames Harriet Harman, he blames Sue Gray, he blames everyone except himself. He's the kind of guy who drops a horrible log at home, doesn't flush, leaves the window shut, and then blames his next door neighbour. Do him and Donald Trump have the same conspiracy theory obsessed, glue sniffing chimpanzee writing their statements? Because he writes this honours list and then resigns in disgrace hours later, which means that honours list has got about as much credibility as a DBS certificate handed to you by Jimmy Savile. If you're so innocent, why not fight it, you self-entitled silver spoon sucking bozo? Because when his mask slips, we all see that Boris is about as affable as syphilis. The man's got less integrity than wet bread. He's corrosive for British politics. He's corrosive for this country. He needs to do one, but not just leave British politics. Next time he's pretending to jog, we need to lure him into a space shuttle, fire him into orbit, high enough so we can't hear his blathering, but just low enough so he can see the entire population of the UK doing a celebratory conga across the streets. So the disgraced ex-Prime Minister writes his resignation honours list, and Sunak just waves it through like a spineless lollipop man. Oh, it's tradition, and you can't change tradition. Yes, you can. If you couldn't change tradition, people would still own slaves and have outside toilets. The idea that the House of Lords is the top echelon of society is an absolute farce. These people think they're better than us, and they're not. Half of them don't pay tax, most of them haven't contributed to society or enhanced any part of the country. All they've done is donate money to a political party or acted as political prostitutes for Boris Johnson's machinations. Who else is on this list? We've got Jacob Rees-Mogg, Priti Patel, I mean they're all twats. Skeletor, Mussolini, Thanos, Nick from Big Brother 1's on there as well. Boris Johnson's hairdresser. To be fair, if their remit was to make him look like a homeless scarecrow, they played an absolute blinder and deserve everything they get. And despite everything she did, and everyone on this list, Nadine Dorries still didn't make the cut, but she's getting her own video up next. If you enjoy my stuff and you like longer, more nuanced videos, join the House of Avery where you get loads of bonus content. And I'm on tour around the UK later this year.